Hey everybody, we're back with more Nocturne. A finale tonight, we're expecting, and joining us once again is our buddy Chance and Bob Anson.
Hey, yeah.
So everybody in the chat, hello Clem, Mia, Signer, and Mia, in response to you, no, once you recruit Dante, his role, story-wise, completely ends. Yeah, Dante's role is mostly cameo and obstacle. Once you get past him as a fight in the third Kalpa, that's basically it. You run into him again in the fifth Kalpa, and he'll join you regardless. It'll either cost you one marker or half your marker. Hey, Clem. So how's everybody doing today? ChanceEm, how are you doing?
I'm doing my best. How are you doing?
Yeah, just one foot in front of the other. Ready to wrap up?
Yes.
Alright, so let's jump right back into it. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne with the finale. And here's where we're going to start with me showing you the grinding.
Oh my god.
This is where we left off last week. This is where we're currently at after a week.
Put nearly 20 hours into this.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
The interesting thing
Also,
is,
level 99.
I've been at level 99 for a while. One of the things Nocturne does is you hit level 99 and you keep leveling up. The actual cap is 255.
Well, I mentioned because, like, your previous save is at 87.
Mm-hmm. I hit level 99 a while ago. And then kept leveling up. With Masacados, we'll get into it. It's worth remembering, like, this is where we stopped for our first grind session to deal with Matador, and then this was the rest of the game. And then this is the second grinding session just to deal with Lucifer. And we've gotten lucky in a bunch of places, balancing both gameplay, story progression, and the Kalpas really helps in a way of like not putting you up against a wall until you overcome it. I think that's something that really works in Nocturne's favor, particularly the Maniacs version. I think it's really good that we got to Lucifer without having to grind again.
Like, that's actually kind of amazing.
Because I was thinking about it, it's like Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 probably both gave me a harder time. I would argue this is probably on the whole harder than DPS 1. ChanceEm, thank you for the host.
Of course, because Twitch is dumb and doesn't like to do my auto host.
I'd argue on the whole, DDS 1 is probably easier than this. I would say this is easier than Digital Devil Saga 2. Like, now that we're at the end, I would say this is easier than DDS 2. Thoughts, ChanceEm?
Fucking Megananda.
It's not even just Meganada, like, the amount of grinding that was required through the game in DDS 2. It was pretty crazy. Alright, so let's get into it and take a look at everything we've got. I have a party that I think you'll be pretty interested in.
Alright.
So we're back at Tower Kagetsuchi 3. ChanceEm, your mic's crackling.
My mic's crackling?
Mhm.
Oh, I can see it on my side. Why are you crackling? Is it still crackling?
No, it seems okay for the minute.
Alright.
Alright, so running through a bunch of what we did. I ended up grabbing a few more fiends. You'll notice I have both Black Rider and the Harlot.
Hmm.
Still have Clotho. We had Clotho last time. And we still have the LGBT gummy worm.
LGBT gummy worm. If only I could say he was the MVP of the party.
Really not, honestly.
No. Sorry.
So this is where our stats currently sit.
Damn.
We're at 30.
I like how you're like maxed out almost based on just visuals alone
We're at
in
30
most of
for
them, and then
magic.
luck is down at the bottom at just 6.
That's largely because, like, you remember DDS, I didn't like luck at all. I generally don't.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't trust the RNG. Magic, we hit 30. Because, like, with Masakados, vitality and strength didn't need going up anymore. That was a waste of points.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit 30 with magic, and then Masakados plus your 10. Bam, we're at 40. So, like, we've got as much MP as we're going to get. Agility's fine, we're at max strength and vitality. I got Frey Kugel. Or Frey Kugel,
Nice.
I guess. Which we're going to see before we get up there, because so many fucking enemies in this area are immune to physical. And Frey Kugel, whatever.
I was gonna say
as an almighty attack despite running off your strength stat.
nice.
So it is
I vote.
like the most powerful ability we currently have in our arsenal.
I vote to just call it Freaky Gel.
I'm probably going to call it like I-beam or something. Because that's what it really is. Quick look at the Magatamas. This is where we currently sit with these mastered, including Masakados.
Shit.
Our status is Phenom. Hey, how you doing, Teak? Although at one point,
Hey,
this
Teak.
would be funny for you, ChanceEm. At one point, our class was Lord. So it was Lord Chrono. Yeah.
Amazing.
So here we have Marder.
What's the
3
motto?
abilities worth noting. Debilitate, Prayer, Pierce.
Nice.
And then we move on to Kali. Debilitate, Pierce.
Nice.
And Floros. Prayer, Pierce.
Damn.
They would all have all 3 if it wasn't for just dealing with fusion inheritance in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I got fucking tired of it. The only reason Marder has all 3 is because it naturally has Debilitate.
Oh, damn.
I am a little concerned. Marder is weak to Curse, Kali is weak to Ice, Floris is weak to Nerve. It's mostly Curse and Nerve that I'm a little concerned about. But I'm confident.
Understandable.
I'm pretty confident that Lucifer doesn't hit you with anything you can null. I'm confident that all of Lucifer's attacks count as Almighty, because otherwise you could null them. So yeah, there's that. And we're going to begin to climb back up. Alright, so Gummy Worms and Lilith, not really anything to worry about. So how's everybody in the chat doing? Everybody good? So my main thinking, let me go with this. Pierce, essential. Wanted a full party of Pierce. Because that means everybody can do full damage to Lucifer. And like we'll get into the specific strats I have in mind when we get to him. Debilitate, important. Debilitate counts as a stack of all 3. One Debilitate counts as Secunda, Racunda, and Tarunda. All at once. One stack. So that's lowered attack, lowered defense, and lowered accuracy agility. In one go. And of course, Prayer is your full heal and removal of status ailments, which is why I want Prayer rather than Media Haran.
completely understandable in that regard.
Everything else, secondary, because I'm just going to be hitting with physical. Also, I still have the attract bell in effect, which is why this has turned into 3.
Yeah, it's like, why do they keep having reinforcements?
Yep. Here we go, I-beams.
Shit.
Crit, yes, but without buff. Currently, the weak link in my party is Kali, which little concerning. Doesn't have much health as the others. Doesn't have as much vitality, I feel. But I'm hopeful that we can deal with it. Also, everybody is a physical attacker, so we get to something like this, and it can be a little awkward. Except everybody has Pierce.
I also just realized our MVP Daisoju was with us all the way until now.
Yeah, there was not a good reason to hold on to Daisoju, unfortunately. We saw meditation was effectively worthless against Lucifer, and prayer, the other big reason to keep him, I've just put on others.
Yeah.
So it was Daisoju's time. And to be fair, it was past Daisoju's time.
Rip to our Skelly boy who showed up whispering sweet nothings in our ear.
In the voice of Skeletor.
Me.
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer for that new He-Man thing?
No, actually, I have not.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, it's back on my end.
Interesting. Elgato decided to be like Elgano.
Right, I'm gonna have to switch the source here. Bear with me a second, guys. Which, if we... I don't even know if they can still hear me. So yeah, it was Persona setup, which I still have, of course, because we're planning to play through all the Persona. But if we finish this quick enough, maybe we'll see some more of it today.
You know, Elgato just decided to go down just so you could give a slight preview, even though we've already seen it.
I'm fairly happy with that setup for Persona.
It's a good setup.
You know what, let me just throw down a repulse spell. Worth noting, I traded in as many gems as I had as well, for some stuff like repulse spells, attract pipes, some more Balm of Risings, but most particularly Great Chakra and Chakra Pot. If we need more than 7 of these, I'd be a little concerned, but it's possible. Yeah, let's make the move. So, like, you guys probably remember from DDS2 that you throw a wall at me in these games, and I just stop fucking around. Overwhelming power is the flavor of the day. Of course, you can't really ever overpower Lucifer, but, you know, point stands. Oh god, I don't remember my way through this.
That's the thing that kind of sucks about, like, not having a save right before the final boss.
Oh no, there it is. I just go straight there. The issue with this floor was about getting to Baal Avatar. That's what it was. SCL. You haven't been a threat for a long time. Less of a threat than Abaddon as well, because Abaddon has Retaliate. So I'm always more concerned about dealing with Abaddon than I am SCL, despite the fact that Abaddon evolves into SCL. But let's talk about where the majority of that grinding went, shall we? So, you may remember the last time, you were talking about the Shady Broker and the 5th Caliper.
Mm-hmm.
The Shady Broker and the 5th Caliper is behind a specific door that demands a very specific demon. That demon is Metatron.
Oh.
So Metatron is the greatest of the Seraphs. You can't even get through that door without Metatron. You can't fuse Metatron until you defeat Metatron, which you have to get to the bottom of the 5th Caliper to do, so we wouldn't be able to get through that door to begin with. Metatron requires a fusion of Michael, a Seraph or Divine Demon, either or, and a Tyrant. I was fortunately able to rig together a Tyrant because they are a bastard to recruit through negotiation. Fortunately, I had a Vile and a Fallen that I could fuse together for it. I was able to pull it together. The big issue there is Michael. How do we get Michael? Michael requires a fusion of Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. So then the question becomes, how do we get them? So Gabriel requires a fusion of Raphael and I think Dominion. So to get Gabriel, we need... So to get Metatron, we need Michael. To get Michael, we need Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. To get Gabriel, we need Raphael. To get Raphael, you have to fuse Uriel with a throne. To get Uriel, you have to evolve a throne.
My brain is hurting from all this.
And we're going backwards from it, so that probably doesn't help. So from the start, you get a throne, you have to then get it to learn all of its skills. And at that point, the throne can evolve. You let it evolve, it will evolve into Uriel. Bear in mind, you have to have defeated Uriel first. You have to have gotten through Mifune Shiro, which is where Chiaki summons those 3 Seraphs to fight you. Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. So you have to deal with that. And then get a throne to learn all its skills, and then evolve. Bam, you have Uriel. Then you need to fuse Uriel with a throne. And you could just do that straight out. I wanted to get all of Uriel's skills. So I did, and then I fused it with a throne. And then the same with Dominion and with Raphael. Wanted to learn all of it, and then fuse them to make Gabriel. And again, learn everything for Gabriel, and then fuse Gabriel with a throne. No, it wasn't. It was fuse Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel together. Bam, Michael. And at that point, like, I'd been grinding for quite a while. That was most of the grinding, honestly. So at that point, I look into what skills Michael can learn. Oh, great. None of these are of use to me. So it's like, okay, let me just throw you together with any Seraph or Divine, which is an angel or Seraphs are Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Metatron counts as one, but we try and get Metatron. And like I say, Tyrants are such a pain to recruit because they will not join you through negotiation unless you are cursed, in which point you have a chance of recruiting them through negotiation. But the curse only happens if you allow a Magatama to go crazy when you level up, and certain Magatama just won't do it. Like Masakados won't do it, the starting Magatama won't do it, there's some that just won't do it. And bear in mind, they won't go crazy at every level anyway. Okay, so you do that, you have to get one that will curse you. And then when you are cursed, you can negotiate with them, but at that point it's still negotiation. So in the interest of, you know what, not in the fucking mood, how do we get a Tyrant Demon, okay? Vile plus Fallen. And I happen to have one of each. Quite fortunately. So fused those two together and ended up with Abaddon, which I then put into a sacrificial fusion. You have to fuse Metatron with... you have to fuse Michael with a Divine or Seraph and sacrifice the Tyrant. So that can only be done on full Kagetsuchi. Same with getting Michael. Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. One of them has to be a part of the sacrifice, means again, only on full Kagetsuchi. And then we have Metatron, and we can get in there, and we can go through there in the 5th Kalpa, and get the Gimera Helka that has Pierce. And then at that point, it's about using that as fusion fodder. It's about using that as fusion fodder to get Pierce onto other demons. Which, of course, Pierce isn't enough. I wanted Debilitate and Prayer if I could get them. Let me tell you, if you're going to play this, just get the fucking remaster so you can have skill inheritance. Like, my god. God damn. So that, all of that is basically all the time.
Holy shit. Like, all I gotta say is, like, I gotta give you major props for, like, getting through all of that in the last week.
Mm-hmm. I was off Tuesday and I was off Wednesday and Thursday, so that was something to do. And then grinding where I could Friday and yesterday after work.
Still, though, like, damn.
Right, so we did this last week, and usually what we would do here is skip all this because we've seen it before. But bearing in mind this is the finale, and both Kagetsuchi and Lucifer are such important players, I'm thinking we're going to do it again.
Alright.
However, this time, in the interest of fairness, because otherwise ChanceEm won't have anything to do, we're going to let ChanceEm voice Kagetsuchi.
Alrighty. I was wondering about that. I was like, huh, you know, based on last time, it's like, I'm not going to really have anything.
Yeah, because the woman in black doesn't really talk.
No.
And this is where Lucifer steps forth and is like, yeah, hey, I can actually...
Lucifer's like, okay, you've talked enough, it's my turn. I'm trying to remember what voice you gave Kagetsuchi last time, unless you're just like, you know what?
Go with whatever you want. I want to see your interpretation of this, but don't feel like you have to do deep, regal, authoritative. Like, just go with whatever you want.
I feel like it would be an authoritative voice.
Is that because Kagetsuchi is actually an instrument of God and is a dick?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll get into some of that during credits.
How can you be the one standing before me? Why have you been chosen?
Ain't nobody chose shit. I fought my way here.
I came into being for the creation of a new world. And those with reasons came here to make their visions reality.
And now they're all dead.
Alas, their dreams were shattered.
By me.
And the possibility of a new world has been crushed forever.
By me.
By the hand of a demon.
My hand.
Persuaded by the fallen angel, you destroyed the seeds of creation, denying the reincarnation of the world. With the cold heart of a demon, you rejected the possibility of evolution. By casting aside your humanity, you became the living incarnation of Bane itself.
Well, checking, is Bane actually here this time? No, not in a minute. That's a
Begone, accursed one! I shall never forgive you for causing the death of the world.
Alright, I don't need you to.
My light, searing with anger, shall wipe you from existence.
Well, you know what they say about this fist. It's the fist that will pierce the heavens. Alright, so let's get serious for a minute. Kagetsuchi, final boss of any other ending. Except Standard Demon. I don't know if you're aware of that. If you go for Standard Demon, in which you reject all other reasons and don't put forth your own, you do not get to fight Kagetsuchi. It refuses to fight you.
Interesting. I didn't know that it would refuse to fight you.
Yeah, Demon is basically the bad ending. You played Devil Survivor, didn't you, ChanceEm?
I played it, but I never finished it.
How far did you get?
Probably like halfway. It's been years. I'm fine if you want to throw vague spoilers, though. I had a friend that was like super huge into it.
Devil Survivor has a bunch of endings that all reflect whose path you follow.
Mm-hmm.
And those pathways don't mean that you're gonna remain at odds with other characters. Because other characters will follow you into other characters' paths. There is one character whose ending is undeniably the bad ending, and that is Yuzu. One of your friends, the girl.
Interesting. That's what I was just thinking about, because I was just like, oh, you mean like the girl that looks kind of like Yukari?
Her path is, let's not try and solve this, let's get out of here. And so you break the quarantine that's been placed over Tokyo. And that's the undeniable
I feel like
bad
we
ending.
all know what. I feel like we all know what happens when you break quarantine.
Demons get everywhere.
Yeah.
Demon ending is basically very similar to that. It is undeniably the bad ending. The world is damned to this until somebody else could possibly come with a reason, except humanity is gone. Mannequins can't come up with a reason, neither can demons.
And we have killed everyone.
Yep, you kill everybody to get here. One more debilitate. There we go, it is at its weakest entirely. The other ending you get for rejecting others, like the reasons everybody else has, is freedom. Which you would think would be the closest you can get to neutral. You reject the reasons, the world goes back to the way it was. However, Kagetsuchi is an instrument of God. And it makes every ending that isn't demon or true ending, or true demon, technically law. And we'll get into that a little more when we learn more about Lucifer's reasoning for what we're doing. But essentially, Kagasuchi follows the will of God, and it means that every ending that is achieved through Kagasuchi is law. Show me what you can do.
That was nice.
You think it was worth it?
That's a nice amount of damage.
It's pretty good, wasn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. Okay, let me swap the sources again. Alright, there we are, we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Hello.
That killed everything. Both the stream and the recording, so I'm gonna have to fuse the two halves together later for the YouTube archive. That's fun.
Oof.
Because that always means, like, hours of rendering. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the different endings, and you mentioned about how every ending that isn't demon ending is law, based on Kagutsuchi.
Yes, because Kagutsuchi is technically an instrument of God. It makes all endings that go through Kagutsuchi law. Which is probably a big part of the reason why angels traditionally going with... Here we go. Angels traditionally go with law, but in this they follow Yasuga, which is the closest analog to chaos. But since everything here is technically law, that could be explained that way. Yep. ChanceEm? Did I lose ChanceEm?
Sorry about that.
You all good?
I am fine. My attention got pulled away because of stuff for a second. I apologize.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
I am destiny. Okay, cool story, bro.
Yeah, you could argue this is the path angels would choose if left to their own devices. They would basically go with chaos rather than law if they were left to their own devices. Which I think is kind of an interesting thought.
I do think that's an interesting thought. Because normally people are like, oh, angels are all good and pure, so you would think that they would instantly be law-related.
Oh, law isn't good. of the three reasons we see Yasuga, Shima, and is it Shima? Masubi.
Mhm.
The one that corresponds most to the usual analog of law would probably be Hikawa's Shima.
Mhm.
The world of silence. Which is a lack of expression or free will. The only difference is it's not, compared to the usual, the difference is it's not mindless devotion to God. I'll be honest, the first time I saw that, it freaked me out. That was, like, really disturbing. The exact form it takes differs depending on the game. But it's generally the end goal of lore, at least.
Mhm. I am the truth.
Cool.
Damn. I like how you do almost 10,000 damage and then the demon next to you does like 1,000.
So there is also an interesting point to talk about, I guess, philosophically. Everybody else was changed by their experience in the Vortex world. And it would seem like we haven't been. Except that isn't true. Chiaki became a mad Darwinist, survival of the fittest to an extreme. Samu withdrew into himself and demanded complete isolation. There you go, bitch. And Hikawa always had his same single thought. Do you want me to finish before you start this, Johnson?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And it would seem like because you've been following me throughout the entire thing, you won't have seen the change that's happened in me, because it'll have been gradual. My change has been a case of not survival of the fittest, or social Darwinism, or isolation, or control. My change has been, fuck it, burn. And you want to clarify in a specific sense, you could consider major resentment for the people who led us to this point, the way the world has become. As we've gone through the Labyrinth of Amala, and learned more about the specifics, the multiverse, the cycle, this isn't the first time, and it's probably not going to be the last, that the world has become the Vortex world and then be reborn. And so it becomes a desire to end that cycle at the cost of everything. We kill Kagetsuchi, and then it's over. The world will never be reborn. We killed everybody on the way up here. We killed them. And in some cases we were forced into them. We couldn't have not fought them. But we killed them. And there was no hesitation on that part. We saw everybody else become a monster, and we ourselves have become a monster in our own journey. We are the demon. What do you think, Jensen?
That's a very good way of looking at it, to be honest. Because basically going this pathway is exactly as what you said, because it's like we were literally just called out to some place by our teacher, somebody that we should have trusted, like that we did trust. You know, no expectation that following her there and having your friends come along was going to lead to the Vortex world happening, and then us finding out more about the Vortex world and all of that as we found our way through, and finding out like how much we've kind of been like being strung by people. And it literally is just the thing of like, you know what? Screw all of you.
It's an interesting thing you bring up, May. Must fight demons, but we are a demon. The demons have never really lied to us. The demons were always playing with their intentions, and Lucifer told us, I think, one lie. And that was that the candelabrum was stolen. Everything else Lucifer told us, as far as I can recall, was truth. And that one lie was meant to bring us here. So, like I say, it's a massive rejection of all of it. Our friends turn against us. Everything we knew is gone. And so we find our own pathway. We can't take a reason because we're not human anymore. We're told a while before we get here, we're not human, we can't have a reason. We can only follow somebody else's. And the pathway we've taken is fuck that. I've seen where they go. They're all insane. And so we also became insane. This isn't the action of a rational mind. We damn this universe. You ready, Chance?
I am ready. Just wanted to make sure you were done with all of your words before I voiced. How foolish. What good can come of this when you are tainted black?
I see a demon and I want to taint it black. Did I do that last week?
Be forewarned.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over here, like, trying to keep a straight face so that I can, like, keep the voice rolling, and Karna's just like, hey, so about this.
Damn the universe, this isn't a serious moment.
Be forewarned, demon who was once human. Though I may perish, your soul will never again be at ease.
Cool story, bro.
The final hour is imminent. Darkness shall face justice in the last battle. You will not escape from the fire of judgment. Let fear grip your heart, because your transgressions, you will be cursed for all eternity.
And now that you're gone, eternity is however long I make it.
Well, goodbye, Tetris Face. It was nice knowing you.
This disco really is dead.
Damn.
That's it.
I guess no more Saturday Night Fever in the Vortex world.
Nope. Darkness.
The power of dance can no longer save us.
Yeah, I was just thinking like the
You still
ending
got-
cutscene of Kingdom Hearts. Like, oh
I
no,
was
the
gonna say
beach is separating us.
I was gonna say, like, at least we still have our glow-in-the-dark tats. Carry the power of disco inside of us.
Alright, let's rock this. Kagetsuchi lost its light by the hand of a demon. The world will never be born again. Creation is no longer possible. Be born, grow, die. Born again. One demon has changed them. The world is created, populated by mankind, destroyed. This cycle is what maintains the flow of time. The cycle stops, so does time. No time is metal. In place of the creation of the new power of darkness emerged, over chaos, keeping death on. It's no longer strength will lead you. Shall curse you for going against his will. It's a heavy tone on your shoulders, which you shall bear for all eternity. For only by receiving that curse, truly path of combat. First, just know the extent, power of darkness you hold. Behold, supreme power of darkness, created by none other than the Great Will himself. Worth noting, probably the best hint that the blonde child and the old man in the wheelchair are Lucifer is that the blonde child looks like a young Louis Cypher, and the old man looks like an old Louis Cypher. Thank you for the host, ChanceEm.
I realized I needed to redo that host.
Also, we've been
I wanted
fully
to make
healed.
sure the cutscene was up at the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been fully healed.
Nice.
I appreciate that. Always something we appreciate.
It's
Lucifer.
like, oh, Lucifer is just like, you know what? Here, have a heal. I want to fight you at full strength. Good guy, Lucifer.
To be fair, Lucifer, of all the powers in SMT, Lucifer is probably the closest to good. Generally how it goes. Alright. Rock and roll. Darakaja. Ability. Ability. Axe. Darakaja. Darakaja. Ability. Debilitate. Pass. Terrakaja. There we go. Guess I was wrong. Lucifer does do stuff you can negate because he did Mabufu down. That could be a problem. Which we'll see. But with everybody equipped with Pierce, that means everybody can do damage to Lucifer that matters. Everybody can do damage that matters to Lucifer, rather than just his a little bit here and there. It essentially means rather than relying on one person to pull out all damage, everybody is going to be able to pull their weight. Yep. Eat this, you big winged bitch.
Damn.
I didn't really mean that. I have respect for Lucifer.
I was just saying goddamn because of like how much damage you did.
You got.
I feel it's a bit of a far cry from last week.
It's the I-beams. Uh-oh.
Remember, if you ever need to take on Lucifer, just make sure you can shoot lasers from your eyes.
This could be an issue. I should have used the dish champ, but...
The
The ones with Prayer are Mada and Flaros.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not too bad, and then do a Prayer anyway. What would have made that really bad is if Mada did Prayer on Lucifer. Which is a possibility. Always, always hate final bosses that can do Confusion or Charm. If any of your party members have full heal skills.
I'm just remembering a video I saw of a certain character in Persona 3 getting charmed during the final boss.
Yeah, you know, I think I've seen that video as well. Darkside Phil. When he quit Persona 3. Because
he's just
during
like,
the
nope,
final
I'm
battle,
done.
one
Bye.
character gets charmed and then casts Diaharon on the final boss.
Yep.
It's a big part of the reason why I'm always kind of like, do I want to equip anybody with Diaharon? Like, you may remember I was very kind of like, about that in DBS. Focus. There we go. Fine, I can negate that. Terrakaja. Terrakaja. Prayer. Paths. Terrakaja. I'm just being a dick. F. Well, I mean, this isn't so bad, it's fire-based. Two. Three. Don't take a chance on the final boss.
Never take a chance on a final boss.
4. Ideally, I should have had Rakukaja as well. Like, this is the big difference between how skills used to go and how they go now. How skill inheritance used to go and how it goes now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's pass on you for a second. You throw down prayer. You punch. And always prioritize this. And now you can have a hit. How tense are you feeling right now, ChanceEm?
Nah, I'm alright.
You alright? You're not feeling the tension here?
I'm definitely feeling some of the tension. I just keep thinking back to like last week and just I know what attacks are coming.
Okay, we're on 3 Terrakajas, so what I'm going to do here is focus, prep that. Final Terrakaja. Hit. Axe. I-beams. So again, like, this embodies everything that SMT is about, and a big part of the reason why it's not for everybody. Preparation. You have to be willing to do the prep time.
Oh, anything fun requires prep time. As long as you know what you're doing.
Final Fantasy 7 requires absolutely no prep time. Is Clem still here? I'm here to hear me talk shit about FF7.
I think Clem ran away. I did send the ban after him, you know.
Let's see. Yeah, I do a prayer just for safety's sake.
Clem blamed himself, and I said no, we ban.
Yeah, prayer was probably a good idea there. Uh-oh.
Just a little bit. There he is.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 requires no prep time at all. It's 2. Like, unless you're going after super bosses in Final Fantasy 7, you can wing the entire game, which is what I always do. One of you guys could dodge and appreciate that. Okay, so great chakra. Ain't no sense holding on to them now. Great. Pretty sure the inventory doesn't carry over. Four. Really? Been a while since you've played Final Fantasy 7 for the first time. I know, I feel like FF7 is comfortable enough that if you don't run from any random encounter you go across, there's very little that'll give you a huge amount of trouble. You want to do any prep time, I would say Lost Number if you want to fight it when you first go to the Shinra Mansion. Prep time, you want to prep for that. Schizo, which, like, you know, Schizo is one of my least favourite bosses in FF7 anyway. And possibly Carry Armor. It was weird how much trouble Carry Armor gave us last time I did FF7. But beyond that, like, no, I'd say FF7 is one of the smoothest JRPGs you can play. Just don't run from any random encounters, and you should be the right level for everything. Maybe Genova Life can give you trouble if you don't equip the water ring. I don't know. Focus. Punch. Prayer. Pass. High beams. It's weird Lucifer's only healing for that much, right? You'd think his magic stat would be higher.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like 200? Only 200?
Like, 200 would only be a lot if I didn't have anyone with Pierce. Which is possible, but if I didn't have anyone with Pierce, I'd be fucked.
Very true.
Something worth taking a look at, YouTuber called Gnarly, who does challenge runs of SMT games. Bitch!
Fuck!
Oh yeah, look at that. That is the highest number they can give you. And that is Nocturne, true demon ending.
Holy shit!
YouTuber called Gnarly, before we continue, YouTuber called Gnarly, known for doing challenge runs of Shin Megami Tensei games. Like, Persona 3 with only Orpheus, Persona 4 with only Izanagi. Crazy Bastard decided to play Nocturne on hard mode, going for the true demon ending without buffs or debuffs.
I'm terrified of them.
Oh yeah, worth checking that out. See whether or not he succeeded. That is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, though. The longest RPG we've done, and you know what? I'm gonna say not the hardest. I would still say DDS2 was harder. This took longer, but it's worth remembering that DDS 1 and 2 are just shorter games.
Yeah, D1 and 2 is basically just one game split into two.
Kind of. They're both long enough to be standalone games on their own, just not standalone Mega 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
Violin Diaharon. Already knows prayer, so...
I like how it's like, oh, we beat the final boss. Here's all these skills you learn. And I'm not dead, Clem. Stop telling people I'm dead. Oh wait, actually no, I am dead. We killed me
Sometimes I can still
last
hear his
session,
voice.
2 sessions ago, something like that.
Yes, we killed you 2 sessions ago.
Shit. Okay, you're fine to tell everyone I'm dead, Clem.
This is because when we get to the end of the credits, or possibly before the credits, I forget exactly when, it's going to save all of this into the Demon Compendium for New Game Plus.
Nice. It still makes me laugh, though, like, in context. Like, not considering a New Game Plus, but just, like, the context of, like, you beat the final boss! Here's a bunch of skills and experience. It's like, okay, now what?
No. So yeah, they have the value of preparation in Shin Megami Tensei. Nobody died.
We also went from doing like 100 damage to like 1,000, 6,000, 9,000.
Well done, you've proven yourself with your awesome power. This is progressing on its own as an FMV. I don't know what this accent is. All of you who dwelt in the darkness and waited faithfully. Hear me. A new demon of darkness has been born. The time has come. So have I. Together, let us march onward. Let's go punch God in the face. And there you have it. The title screen was a spoiler the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like the
where our true enemy awaits. You have created this fallen angel. Doom shall set us apart. Oh, and yeah, I've been lying to you all along. We're not going to punch God in the face. It's
Shame.
very Devilman, this ending, honestly. Like, if you've ever seen or read any of the Devilman things.
And they called him the Doomslayer. And upon his sword lay the blood of his enemy.
Yeah, very Devilman, if you've ever gone through any of the Devilman stuff, because all of them end the same way, and Devilman canon is that it's a cycle.
I've been meaning to get into Devilman. I had a few friends that were super huge into that series.
Pick a Devilman to go into. Crybaby is a fine place, I guess. Classic Devilman. None of them are pleasant.
I've always heard that they are painful.
So what do you think, ChanceEm, now that we're at the end?
I had fun. It was a fun time. And
Yuki Doi. And then they let him do the artwork, and honestly, it was definitely weaker than Echo.
yeah.
I'm glad Kaneko's back to doing. I'm glad we're back to Kaneko demon designs for SMT5.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ChanceEm, continue.
Oh no. I agree with you. I was just gonna say that, I'm glad to see Kaneko's work coming back. He has this particular style to his stuff that I'm like, it just feels like it's more fitting, if that makes sense. In cooperation with Capcom.
And there's Itsuno. For the DMC fans amongst you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
I was gonna mention though, because it mentioned Meguro a moment ago because of the soundtrack and stuff like that. He of course went indie and announced his new stealth RPG this week.
Yeah, that was like one of the weirdest things that happened recently in the industry. Shoji Meguro turns around and says, "Hey, I'm not going to be working as a composer anymore for Atlus. I'm still going to do freelance work for them, but I've left to develop my own games. Like, not to work for anyone else, to develop my own games." That's a weird thing to turn around with, and you know what? You gotta respect that passion.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, overall, I enjoyed this. Nocturne is still a fantastic JRPG. Overall, I'd say it's not as hard as its reputation will lead you to believe. It's not an easy game, it requires time, you're going to fall down, you're going to die. And in the same sense of any game like that, get up and try again. And I'm not going to do the comparison everybody does. I'm going to compare it to fucking Castlevania. You fall down, you die, get back up and keep going. Each death is a learning experience. You learn what the bosses are weak to, you learn what they'll do, learn how to overcome it. Create a demon team to deal with it. Equip the right Magatama for the case. And get back in there. It's a game that rewards you for your time, but demands that time. I think graphically it still holds up. The HD remaster visually was never going to be a bad thing, because the entire art design in this game is fantastic. It holds up incredibly well. Musically, it's fantastic and incredibly varied. Never really gets dull. Visually, it is really enjoyable. You could argue there's maybe a little too much yellow and orange, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say this is definitely one of my favourite games we've done for the stream. Been really good. And you guys in the chat who have stuck along with us throughout the playthrough, what do you guys think? Any of you guys decided you want to play more Shin Megami Tensei from this? I know a bunch, like Clem. I know your only experience with this series is Persona 5. Like, has this made you interested in any of the mainline games? Do you want to pick this up on PS4 now? The HD remaster? Are you interested in picking up SNT 5 if you get a Switch? Even Compendium will carry over. Cycle. And you know what? We'll take one quick look before we jump out of this. ChanceEm, how much time do you have?
I have time. I'm good.
You good to jump in at Persona 3?
Yeah, we can jump into Persona 3 for a little bit.
What I want to do real quick first, though, is show off the couple of the things you get with the second cycle, New Game Plus. Definitely say SMT5 is worth getting. The reviews have started coming out for it. Have you seen any of those, ChanceEm?
I have. They've actually been pretty good. Like mostly like pretty close to 9 out of 10 from a general like average of them all.
Ah, I didn't want to press that.
Oh. Rip.
Let's put that down there. We're going to reload the game. Honestly, it's been so long since I've done New Game Plus on Nocturne, I'd forgotten that's where the choice for that is. But yeah, SMT5, the reviews for it that I've been seeing, I've not read any of them, but I've been seeing like the, what do you call it, the eye catchers for them, like the quick little puts they put out of like, yeah, this is what we think. I've been seeing those being very positive.
Of course, you have one particularly dumb comment that has come through with some of them.
Like Persona 5.
It's Persona without the heart.
No, it's Persona without the romance.
Oh, don't you know? Only the best games have romance in them.
It's like it's one of the dumbest things. It's like turning around and looking at stuff that From Software put out and being like, "Oh, Armored Core is trash because it's not Dark Souls." Companies are allowed to make different games. So this is new for New Game Plus. What persona will you walk your path? Hooded jacket, leather jacket. Hooded is what we played the game in. Leather, interestingly enough, is the original look, which you had in the original Japanese release.
Interesting.
It also affects your starting stats. Hooded gives you... Hooded gets you more of a focus on magic. It starts you with higher magic stat. No, but like not so much that Armored Core would be the Dark Souls of mech games, more that it's like, oh, it's not like Dark Souls enough. And that's basically what I'm saying. Like, it's the complaint that Atlas should only be making Persona games, and it's really dumb. It's like turning around and complaining about Final Fantasy because it's not enough like Dragon Quest. Fun fact, in the HD remaster, this announcer is the same voice actor who announces the train stations in Persona 5.
Huh.
Yeah, this, if you play the original Japanese release, pre Maniacs, this is what the Demi-Fiend originally wore.
Apparently, for Maniacs, they were like, "Oh no, we have to give him some new fashion."
This line hasn't changed, though.
The styles have changed too much. The one with the demon on it. It's like, well, you see.
Honestly, I prefer the one they added in Maniacs. I'm not overly fond of this one.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
And also, a feature we get for New Game Plus.
First person mode.
Yep, make it classic Megaton. We did already take a look at this because we started on the hard site, which just has this unlocked, which I like. I like just having this on.
Imagine going through this entire game like this, even though it does force you out of that perspective in some areas.
Honestly, I would have been down for that. Because it's complicated and hard. No, it's a very fair point. But like, there's not really anything else for us to get into without like really diving a bunch further. And to do that, we're not really going to have much time for Persona. Will we prefer Persona to this? No. I'm not even going to leave that question hanging in the end. No. And you know, I'll answer why, and I'll give my reasons in return. We'll see you soon, guys. This is where ChanceEm says something.
I should say something, but I was just gonna leave that hanging.
There you go. We'll see you soon.
See ya.